Welcome to another episode of The Latest with Maya. Today, I am so incredibly excited to have a conversation with actress Katie Baker. Katie's most recent movie, Our Little Secret, is out today on Netflix, so make sure to check it out. Thank you so much for being on my show. I am so excited to talk with you.
I'm so excited to be here, Maya, and talk about this movie, which I love so much, and I hope becomes a Christmas classic.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a big hope, but I think it's worthy. I think it's a really fun movie. So I'm so excited to talk to you and talk about it. So
Thank you. Yeah. Let's get started. Um when you have a day off, what would your perfect day look like?
my perfect day. So I live in Los Angeles. I'd probably wake up at like 8:30. I live super close to Runyon Canyon, which is like a really big walking trail that has a gorgeous view. You can see the Hollywood sign and Griffith Observatory. Actually, this is a tangent, but I did it on Sunday with a friend or Saturday, and like 10 feet in front of me, I was like, that's Kristen Chenoweth, who plays my mom in the movie. And I go, Kristen? And she turns around and it was her on a walk. So it was like, wait, what? So it's definitely like a hot spot to see people. So I'd go to Runyon, and then down at the bottom of the hill of Runyon, there's this oh, what's it called? They're these like griddle cakes. I'm trying to remember the name. Salt's Cure, Breakfast by Salt's Cure. And it's like these like pancakes, but they're made with oats. So I get that. And middle of the day, I love like an afternoon movie. Like nighttime movies, I get like a little sleepy. Like I love to watch a daytime movie. So I'd probably like do a daytime movie, maybe at the Grove or Century City Mall, which is my favorite mall. And after the movie, I'd probably shop around, maybe go to Din Tai Fung, which is like, I don't know if you've had it, but it's like Chinese dumplings and they're so good. You can watch them make them right there. They're amazing. And nighttime, I mean, my best kind of day is a day where I'm with all my friends. So I'd see a couple friends and maybe have a glass of wine, you know? Oh, and
Yeah.
cheese. The best, if it's the best day, it has to involve cheese.
Yeah. That sounds like a great day.
I know, I'm kind of like, when can I have that? I
Yeah.
haven't like treated myself to a good day off in a while.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
manifesting.
deserve it.
Thank you. I think so. Maybe I don't think I have any days opened where I can do that until like January 5th. But
Mm.
on January 5th, I'm going to commit
Oh,
to that.
that's it. Yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah, I, yeah, that
Holidays
sounds,
get crazy.
sorry, what?
I said holidays get crazy, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Yeah. So what drew you to Our Little Secret?
Um, Something called an audition. No, it's like I'm not at a position in my career yet where I'm like, offers only, you call me. No, like I am so hungry. I'm so willing and open. And I remember getting this audition. It was my first audition after the actor strike that we had last year. So, like, I would say my foot was on the gas pedal, but I was in park. And so, like, the moment the parking brake was lifted, like, boom, I was ready to go. I got the audition. And I was like, oh, I feel like this is perfect for me. And then I got COVID. And so I couldn't like go and do it with anybody. I had to do it via Zoom with a friend. And I was like, oh, I hope that doesn't like ruin my chances. The sound's not perfect. Like I'm not here with another person, but it felt like so in my body. It felt so right. And then a couple days later, there was a callback also on Zoom. And they were like, where are you right now? I was like, I've been trapped in my house for 5 days because I have COVID.
Yeah.
And yeah, it all worked out. But I'd say like spiritually and like universe wise, what drew me to it was like being at the right place at the right time in my career, being the right looking like I could be Kristen Chenoweth's daughter,
Yeah.
being so prepared, always being in class, never stopping working on my craft. And like they always say, like opportunity meeting preparedness, meeting luck is when you book. So I think that's exactly what all had to come together for this to be
Oh,
what it is.
I love that.
Yeah, it
Um,
was a gift, a total gift.
yeah. Yeah. So the movie has such an incredible cast. What are you most excited for everybody to see?
Oh, I'm so excited for them to see Lindsay really like dive into some emotional scenes. I feel like she hasn't done that in a long time. A lot of her movies have been silly, and I think when she really like she has a couple moments that are so real and grounded in the movie that I think people are going to be so excited for her that like wow, she's like gotten back to like these roots of like these acting chops. She's so talented. I think people are going to love seeing that. I'm so excited for people to see. Oh, there's the family portrait. Uh, it's been in a lot of the promos. I don't know if you've seen it,
Yeah.
but there's a big long running joke through the movie of this ridiculous family portrait where everyone ages except for mother. Uh, really funny. And at the end of the day, I'm just excited for them to see our chemistry because I think like we're actors, right? We can pretend to get along with people. That's our job. But I do think when a cast really, really gets along, you can see it in their eyes. And like
Yeah.
there's the way that we really look at each other, the way that I really look at Ian, who plays my boyfriend, the way I really look at John, who plays my brother. There's a genuineness because we all became such good friends that I really hope people can like see the real relationships that existed while we were there. I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
It
Yeah.
was really, we spent like all our free time together, like dinners, weekends, late at night. John would be doing stand up around town and he'd like pick me up at my little house I was staying at and be like, get in, we're doing stand up. And I'm in the back, like filming it for him. Like I'm like Kris Jenner. I'm like, really his stage mom. I was like, you owe me dinner
Oh yeah.
for this work I'm putting in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all had just like the best time. It was so much fun. So I hope that comes through.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yeah, my family and I have a tradition of watching Christmas movies that from like Thanksgiving through the holidays, just as many Christmas movies as we can. And so I am so excited to see this movie, and I want to live in a Christmas movie because they just are like feel good movies.
Right? Who doesn't want to live
Yeah.
in like a land where it all works out?
Yeah.
Christmas is just the best time. Like I was so thrilled that like we shot this movie in January and February. So my Christmas season got to be Thanksgiving to March 1st. And I was like, I got like 4 months of Christmas spirit to really set the tone for the year. Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
That's really fun. Um, I have a couple. I was actually thinking about this earlier that there's a lot that I love, but I have three that I could just like are a constant comfort for me. That it doesn't matter if it's summer or what, like if I need a pick me up, I watch one of those movies.
Okay, what are those three?
Uh, Single All the Way,
Yeah.
um, and then Spirited
Hmm.
and Your Christmas or Mine.
Okay, these are all new ones.
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a testament. I think they're making really good Christmas movies now.
Yeah.
Where I think like I hold on to like the nostalgia of the ones I've watched like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
The Holiday, The
Oh, yeah.
Classic. Do you consider Just Friends a Christmas movie?
I haven't seen that one.
You have to watch it, Maya. It's Ryan Reynolds and Anna Faris. Oh my, I love Anna Faris so much.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
And it's set at Chris. It's a story set at Christmas. It's one
Oh.
of those. But I count it
Oh,
as a Christmas. So that's a
I like
favorite.
that. Oh, I love
You should.
that.
It's so
Oh,
it's so funny
yeah.
when you need like a good laugh. That's the one you should pick.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm writing that down because
Yeah.
I do really like Anna Faris and I love Ryan Reynolds.
She plays this like pop star. So it's
Oh.
crazy and talks like this and like just like all over Ryan Reynolds all the time. And he's like back up and it has such good like Hollywood jokes because he's like a music producer, agent guy, and they go back to his small town. It's
Yeah. Oh, I
so
love that. I love
put on your
that.
list. But
Okay.
our
Yeah.
our film is gonna kick off your Thanksgiving to Christmas watch, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's the first day. It's the day before Thanksgiving. So I hope for a lot of
Yes.
people, it's like the thing that gets them in the mood, you know?
Yeah. 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 Oh, I'm so sorry. I just completely lost my train of thought. I don't
Great.
know where it's going. Yeah.
We'll come back the
Oh,
moment we press end
yeah.
record, you
Yeah.
know? Then we can
Yeah.
discuss.
Yeah. Well, actually, the thought just came back to me. Yeah.
Oh, way faster than mine come back. What was
Usually they don't come back that
no.
fast. Yeah, I just, yeah, I would say one of my favorite holiday movies is, it's not actually a holiday movie, but so one of my favorite shows is Psych, and they've made a few movies. Um,
Uh-huh.
and I love the movies, and the first one is set during the holidays, so it's not actually like a Christmas movie, but it's set during that time. So I'm gonna say it's one of my favorite Christmas movies. So Psych the
I
movie.
like the movie. That counts. I love like a holiday episode of the show.
Yeah.
Like people got mad about that Ted Lasso holiday
Yeah.
episode. They were like, "What? That was so unnecessary." It was like, that's the point. It was just
Yeah.
to feel good and to like exist
Yeah.
in that world at
Yeah.
Christmas. And it was why it was like we needed that like
Yeah.
halfway to Christmas. Good
Yeah.
time. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I would think I want to live in a Christmas movie too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
Um,
I am a little treat.
yeah. I love that. Yeah.
How to put it up for you, Maya. I was like,
Uh,
I need
yeah.
spirit.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Oh, for you, but also
Yeah.
for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so what lessons from your childhood have most impacted your worldview?
Wow. Um, okay, maybe a few. I think my parents really drilled into me saying thank you, please and thank you. That was like so being grateful was such a big part of my childhood. But with that also came like being agreeable. I think it was always like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And like being a good daughter, being a good person, and being so like polite. I think politeness was such a part of my childhood that like maybe at some points I didn't advocate for myself in a way that like I would have if I didn't so adhere to this need to be polite. And I think like I'm starting to work with myself on like I don't have to say sorry all the time. You know, like
Mhm.
I can take up space and hold my ground. And I think there's a lot of women need to kind of retrain that because we're taught to be demure and, polite. And I'd say it's a wonderful attribute. And I'm so glad my parents, drilled that into me. But I'm excited to like step into some power as I get a little bit older. But yeah, my parents they're so kind and they have so many friends. And I think they have such a great community. And that's a testament to who they are and their generosity and how grateful they are to live the life that they live. And I think that has rubbed off on me. At least I try to practice gratitude as much as I can and be conscious about it and journal and stuff.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Uh,
a really thoughtful question, Maya. Thanks.
yeah, thank you. Yeah. So what has been the biggest obstacle you've overcome?
Hmm. Um, I think I'm quite lucky, I will say, and I often, make jokes about this, but I haven't had too much adversity. I grew up in a really safe neighborhood with parents who are still together, an amazing community, amazing schools, amazing teachers. And so I'm so lucky to have that experience shape me. Um, but the biggest struggle for me has just been the courage to continue in this. Like, I'd say this business has been what has been the biggest test for me as a person. I think a lot of people, they come right out of school and they book the first job they audition for, at least the people we hear from, right? Like
Yeah.
celebrities. Many of them, it's just like the young ones anyway. It's just like, it happened for me the first audition I went to.
Yeah.
You start talking to the older ones. No, they hustled. They
Yeah.
planted seeds that grew. And so for me, it was this like my entire life I've gotten good grades. And I've been able to like, if you study hard, you get an A. In acting, if you study hard, you don't necessarily get the job.
Yeah.
And not seeing that like result initially as much as I wanted to, because I've been so hungry, has been a real test to like stay in and know that like I'm valuable and I have a voice and I have something to say and I have something to give. And just at the end of the day, like don't try to cut corners. Just be a good person. Don't be schmoozy. You'll meet the people who you were meant to meet. You'll go on the journey that you're meant to go on. And now, like, my if everything had happened the moment I graduated college, I wouldn't be in this movie. And if I wasn't in this movie, I wouldn't have these amazing friends. Like everything happens for a reason. I feel so grateful that my life has taken these twists and turns and that I've stuck with it. I could have given up. Could have, I have a degree. I could have gone into marketing, gone into business, done something else when things were slow, but instead I stuck with it. And like, I'm so proud of myself for doing that. And I'd say like,
Yeah.
yeah, just being told no, 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 no so many times and having to get back up again and keep going. That's I'm really proud that I didn't stop. So
Yeah.
that feels, trivial sometimes when it's like there's, the world is such a tough place right now and like you have overcome and battled so much. And I want to talk about your time at Denver Children's Hospital because I worked at a children's hospital in Orange County. So like
Oh.
yeah, at CHOC, Children's Hospital, Orange County. And I've seen people battle real adversity. And so sometimes I really have to check my blessings that like things have been really like great for me. And I want to continue to like give back. And that's my time at CHOP was like so eye-opening. And you started with Seacrest Studios. I think I
Yeah.
mentioned this in DMs, and we would work with Seacrest Studios. And I worked with this group called Healthy Humor, and we did like hospital clowning essentially, and like hospital entertainment for the kids. So we would go to OPI, we'd go to outpatient and ED and radiology and kind of do like room to room visits just to sort of like desensitize the hospital environment. And then we would go to Seacrest Studios and like put on little shows and stuff
Oh,
for the
I
team.
love that.
Yeah, so we have that in common, which I thought
Yeah.
was so cool to see
Yes.
that where you got your start because it is such a
Yeah.
cool program.
Yeah, it
How long
is.
how long did you run your show with Seacrest
Uh,
Studios?
7 years.
That's amazing. Would you do it
Thank
weekly?
you. Yes, I did.
That's so cool. I know they're always
Yeah.
advocating for kids to like do a reoccurring program.
Yeah.
And like they had a couple kids who had like magic or like they would kind of do jokes and stuff, but no one had like a long running show like that. That's such a great use of that resource that you
Yeah.
did. So cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a
Yeah. I'm so grateful for Seacrest Studios and everything that it like everything that has happened because of like of starting there. So
do you still stay in contact with the
yeah,
your over there? Yeah.
I do, yeah.
They should
Yeah.
bring in someone to interview you. That would be like have a kid like try to do a version of your show, but you're the
Yeah.
instead of the host, you're getting the questions.
Yeah. I feel like I'd be really anxious with that. I've done a couple like They set up when I had my final interview, they set up something with like one of the local news stations. And I don't know, I always get anxious when people start asking me questions because I'm like, I'm not used to this. I'm used to asking the questions.
I know I've seen some people really come at you with some questions. I'm asking you a
Yeah,
few things.
yeah.
It's I like to have a chat and I wanted to get
Me too. Yeah, thank
but
you.
I
Yeah,
understand the anxiety to like, oh,
yeah,
I have to talk about myself, right? Like
yeah.
as an actor, it's so easy to like, well, it's a character. So anything I do, like I don't mind embarrassing myself on stage. I'm in a sketch
Yeah.
comedy team and we perform all the time and I'm like so okay to like wear a boy wig and be a
Mhm.
guy, like talk down here or whatever. Like I don't get embarrassed on
Yeah.
stage, but as Katie, I'm embarrassed by everything.
Mm.
Like everything embarrasses me. I'm always like I feel like I don't put myself out there as much as I should sometimes because I'm like, oh my God, that is so embarrassing. That gives me so much anxiety. And
Yeah.
then the moment I'm like putting on a character, I can be as embarrassing as I want and it doesn't faze me at all. So I feel like you need to come up with like whatever Maya's character is.
Yeah.
And when you get interviewed, you're like, I'm just playing Maya. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marilyn Monroe would do
Yeah.
that. You heard like that quote from her.
Yes, I think I have. Yeah.
Yeah, something like she was walking with a friend, and the friends, she was like, Do you want to meet? Do you want to see what it's like when Marilyn walks around town? And the woman was like, What are you talking about? Because they were walking, people were just passing them, not noticing. And she like did something. She turned into Marilyn. And all of a sudden, like the next person she made eye contact with, like, was like, Oh my God, Marilyn Monroe. And people started to swarm. And a friend was like, Well, you just walked 10 blocks and no one noticed you. And she
Yeah.
just like turned something on and she became this character that she had
Yeah.
created.
Oh, I
So I
love
think,
that.
yeah, I think a lot of people do that. It's like
Yeah.
they got to protect the part of themselves that like
Yeah.
they don't need everyone seeing sometimes.
Yeah.
But we're talking here in my living room, so
Yeah.
I'm being pretty me right
Yeah.
now, and you're making me feel comfortable. So thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy. So you're making me feel comfortable. So thank you.
Friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so what small things bring you joy on a daily basis?
Mm, candles. I got like three burning right now around the house. I love candles. That's such like a girly answer. Trader Joe's. I go to Trader Joe's most every day because it's right down the street. So I kind of just shop for like what I want that day. And I love the new products. I read the Fearless Flyer. I do it. I love whatever new product is out, trying it. Me and my friend like send videos back and forth, like trying the new products as if we're like food influencers. Like again, that would be so embarrassing to me to like ever actually do that. But to her, it's like it's fine. It's safe. Um, yeah, candles, that, and probably tea. I drink a lot of tea.
I
Love
love that.
collecting. Are you a tea or
Yeah.
coffee person or none?
I've tried to drink tea, but I like coffee. I don't I don't know. There's something about the way tea tastes. Like I don't know. I just don't love it. My mom loves
Like
tea.
the
Um,
leafiness.
yeah,
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 I think
I
like,
think
the
so.
more it tastes like grass, the more I like it. So I'm
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, I want my green tea to taste like it just like came out of the dirt. So maybe I'm crazy. But also, I mean, I drink coffee too. I maybe drink too much caffeine, but that's
Yeah.
another
I
problem for another day.
Yeah. I try not to drink a ton of coffee because then I get really bad headaches. But my family always, and I always joke that I like coffee as long as you can't taste the coffee. So if it's like masked with like syrup, then like
Then
I Yeah, then I can drink it. When it's too bitter, I can't.
What's your Starbucks like favorite flavor?
My favorite is when they have their pumpkin spice lattes. Um,
The
I
best.
Yeah, those are my favorite. And then I don't know. I love when I've bought like a bunch of syrups for like at home. So sometimes I'll get like a vanilla latte at Starbucks and then come home and put raspberry in it. So, and I love doing that.
Oh, I do like a lavender latte. But that, again, you probably wouldn't like that because it's sort of like herbally. It's
Yeah.
leafy. Um, I love the chestnut praline at Starbucks. Have you had that?
I haven't.
It's holiday, so you have to like be like, okay, I'm not going to do PSL today. Try it. It's so
Okay.
like it tastes kind of like cookies. It's like really warm
Oh,
and seasonal. Oh, it's so
oh,
good. I got it
oh,
yesterday.
okay. I'm writing this down because that sounds really good.
I'm so glad I can influence you. I hope you like it. I'm
Yes,
such,
thank
that's like,
you.
I normally do no flavor, but that's one that like holiday hits, and I am chestnut praline all the way.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, usually when they stop selling pumpkin spice lattes, I usually do like a peppermint hot chocolate. Um, but I'm gonna try that because that I'm gonna try the chestnut praline because that sounds really good.
Give me your honest feedback, but I think you're gonna
Okay,
like it.
I will.
If I'm getting your vibe, I think you're gonna like it.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm excited to try it. I might go try one later today. So,
Deserve a treat.
yeah, thank you.
Work hard. Deserve a treat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so if you had a reality TV show about your life, what would your theme song be?
That's such a good question. I kind of just want the Vanderpump Rules one. You know that it's our time. You know that one? It's crazy. Oh, what would my theme song be? Hmm. Well, I'm trying to think of like what's the vibe of the show. Right now I'm really into like, did you watch Traders?
I haven't, but I know of it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Because I don't think I'd be on like a dating show. Like I do love Real Housewives, but I don't think I'm like good with conflict that I would just leave the room. So I
Yeah.
think the traders I'd be good at. So it's like you're trying to, it's like Mafia. If you've ever played Mafia, it's like trying to find out who's like the killer and you're like silently killing people at night. So it would be, I think the song would have to be like some sort of like Muse or the Killers. Oh, it'd probably be the Killers.
Hmm.
Somebody told me. Yeah, like it'd be some sort of like rock song would be our like theme song. And I'd like have a big black hat and sort of like look like a witch. I
Oh,
think
I love that.
you got the Traders. Trader season 2 specifically is incredible. It is. I think Alan Cumming got nominated
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah.
best host. I think he might have beat RuPaul for the first time
Yeah.
in like a decade. RuPaul has been beat.
Yeah.
Big fan. That's a fun question. I'm gonna think more about it. I feel like it's like a great idea is gonna hit me later.
Yeah. Well, I would love to know if you think of anything later. I would love to know what.
I'll circle back. We'll pitch it to Andy
Okay.
Cohen.
Yes. Yeah. Um, yeah, so I am pop culture obsessed and I go in stages of shows that I cannot stop watching. Is there a show that you are currently obsessed with?
I just finished The Penguin. Have you watched The Penguin yet?
I've seen the first episode. I keep forgetting about it, so I want to go back and watch the rest.
Stick with it. Episode
Okay.
4, incredible. I mean, it's all incredible. I love
Yeah.
shows that are like a spin-off. Like I loved Andor, which is like
Yeah.
the spin-off of Star Wars universe. Because like I don't care about Star Wars, but I
Yeah.
loved the story. And like I don't care about Batman, but I loved this story. The Penguin, I'm loving Shrinking, season two.
Yeah.
Love that show. I'm loving The English Teacher. Are
Oh yeah.
you
I'm
watching it?
yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
good. I love Brian Bernard. He's so funny. It's just like it's the kind of show I want to be in. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
like so tight, so funny, really like positive. I think that's what I love about Shrinking too. It's so positive.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Penguin is like the opposite, just all no one to root for. Either like all evil or all really great
Mm.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, English teacher is so fun. It's so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, that's like a total like dream show. It
Yeah.
got so dark. It's like the morning. Did you
Yeah.
see that shift?
Yeah.
Spooky day in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
little cloud.
Yeah.
What do you watch right now?
Oh,
Anything good?
well, I also am obsessed with Shrinking and I loved English Teacher. Um, and right now I'm trying to I just, what did I just finish watching? Now I can't even remember. I have been like catching up on some like shows uh uh on like cable that I've been watching that are you just come out weekly, so I have to wait. But
Prefer binge or do you prefer weekly?
I honestly, I like a mix of both. I like shows that I can binge watch, but then I also like the weekly shows because it gives me something to look forward to.
I
So,
agree. Then you can talk about it all week with other people who are watching it,
yeah,
like look at all the memes. I think I prefer weekly. But yeah, sometimes you need a binge. Like
yeah,
I got to catch up on British Bake Off and I can't wait to just sit
um,
and let that wash over me.
yeah,
Like warm hug.
yeah. I love that. Yeah, that's such a fun show.
It's just so, again, positive. It just like
Yeah,
feels so good. They're all like
yeah,
so passionate and you don't win anything except for a plate,
yeah,
and they're so competitive and it's just, it's about pride.
yeah,
You know, I love that.
yeah. Me too. Yeah. Um, Yeah, I feel like there was just a show I finished watching and now I cannot think of it. So
Isn't it funny? You're like so obsessed with it. It like becomes your personality. And
yeah.
then like 2 weeks later, you're like, what was I watching again? I like take on the character of shows I'm watching. Like when I
Yeah.
watch The Crown, I am just like, everywhere I go, I'm like so fancy. And I talk like Diana as much as I can. And then like, yeah, when we were watching The Sopranos, like I was always like pretending to like click my little nails, like I'm from Long Island, you know?
Yeah.
That's the act. The actor in me is always
Yeah.
like whatever show I'm watching becomes my personality.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
Could be
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, yeah, one of the shows that always like no matter what, I am always so excited to watch weekly is Chicago Med.
Yeah. My friend
Yeah,
just did. Oh, he might have done Chicago Fire. Do you watch Fire too?
I don't.
No, just Med. Is Roland Buck Jr. still on Med?
No, he's not.
No. Did he
But
die?
he left.
He left the hospital. Oh,
Yeah.
bummer. He was a friend in
Yeah.
college.
Oh,
Uh,
that's so cool.
yeah, that was such a cool part. He booked that
Yeah.
like right after school. It was really cool for him. So
Yeah, I loved his character. I was so sad when he left.
yeah, I watched a few while he was there, but it's not one I keep up with. I don't like. Yeah, I guess you are maybe desensitized to hospital environments. So for you, it's like kind of campy and fun.
Yeah.
Me, whenever there's like someone coming in with like a pole through their body, I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because like it's I don't know. My mom always thinks it's very funny that there are medical shows that I really like. I mean, I don't like every single medical show out there, but there are some that I do really love, and my mom thinks it's kind of funny because it's like that's her life. So
Right.
she
Like,
doesn't know why I want to watch that. And I'm like, I honestly don't know either, but it's a really well done show and it's interesting.
right. It's like you're like it's nothing like your real experience in the hospital. It's just like
Yeah.
never that
Yeah.
dramatic, right?
Yeah.
It's like a cosplay of
Yeah.
your experience in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I don't think I watch any medical dramas. That
Yeah.
says something about me. Hmm.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
I want to watch Saint Dennis though. That's about to come out, I think. And
Oh,
that
yeah. Yeah. That one looks really funny.
yeah, it has that guy who's in Jury Duty. Did you
Oh,
watch Jury Duty?
uh, I watched the first episode.
I don't know how you stopped. I honestly like I had to pause it a few times. I was laughing so hard. It's so
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was very funny. I don't know why I didn't finish it, but I need to go back and
there's a lot of culture you have to keep up with in order to run this show. So you can't watch everything. It's kind of impossible.
yeah.
You know, you got to know who is out there, what shows are happening.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
I always say watching TV is my job. So I'm like, it's work. You know,
Yeah.
I have to watch 3 hours of TV tonight. It's
Yeah.
characters. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just studying my business, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
because there's so much.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Um, yeah. So what, no matter how many times you see it, always takes your breath away?
Like a movie?
Like really whatever. If it's a movie or like, I don't know, scenery.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is I'm always like I'm so sensory, you know, and like there's something about like looking up at stars, which we don't get in LA. So it's like when I do get to see them, you just feel like so microscopic. It's I I had the pleasure to go to Africa 2 years ago, and I've never seen
Mhm.
so many stars in my life. Like I just felt so tiny, and like we were at this camp that like no one was around for 200 miles, and I just felt so small and so just like I can't believe I have this whole world inside my head. I spend so much time worrying about things that like there's so much more out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to like feel removed from your body.
Yeah.
I'd say that like that takes my breath away. But all the time, like I don't know, little things that happen. Like the other day, I walked by the shop that was being like renovated and painted, and I smelled like the wood and the paint, and I went, "It smells like the theater. I haven't been in a theater in so long." And I like started to cry, and I was like, "Oh my God, my heart is on leave right now. Get together." So yeah. And then movies, because that was my first instinct. Sound of Music.
Um,
I can't get enough. It's my mom's favorite movie. It's like the only movie she'll stay awake for. She falls asleep during anything. I showed like I'm like, I hope you don't fall asleep during Our Little Secret, please. Like, but
yeah.
she will stay up for all 3 hours of Sound of Music. No
Yeah.
problem. So I love sharing.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
favorite line is, how do you hold a moonbeam in your hand?
Yeah.
You know, to be described as a moonbeam is something that is intangible.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like everyone wants to be seen like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the rom-com lover in
Yeah.
us.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Yeah.
I've managed to like give all of your questions 3 answers. I am long-winded.
No, I love it. I love hearing everything that you have to say. So,
Thanks. I live alone,
yeah.
so I don't get to talk.
I mean, you
Don't
can
get it
talk
all
to
back.
yourself.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
In song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not always great, but
Yeah.
yes, I do.
Yeah. I do too. So,
Good. You know,
yeah.
we got to entertain ourselves.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think I'm hilarious, but
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, I think I'm hilarious. My mom usually, like, she laughs at, she usually makes herself laugh very
yeah.
hard. And my sister and I, we are always laughing too, but she's usually laughing harder than we are. And so it's very funny.
Sounds like you have a lot of fun together. It must be so
Yeah.
fun. Your sister's your twin, right?
Yes.
That must be so fun.
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like you like think similarly?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think, all my sister, my mom, and I are all kind of on the same wavelength because
Hmm.
usually we'll have like the same thought. Or like there's so many times we don't coordinate what we're wearing and we end up wearing like almost the exact same thing. Um,
I
and so
love that.
yeah, and then we're all like, okay, one of us has to change.
Yeah, and it's not going to be me. My
Yeah.
old roommate and I would do that all the time. We'd like walk out of our rooms in the morning and be wearing the same pink sweater. And like at a certain point, we just embraced it. So like for every party, we always matched. Whenever we hang out, we like get each other matching pajamas. We just went to Disney World and we had matching Tinkerbell t-shirts. So we've just like embraced. I think I've
Yeah.
always wanted like a twin, so I just have
Yeah.
made her be that for me.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
I have a brother and he's like
Oh,
5 years
yeah.
younger than me, so we've always been like in completely different places.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, there was one time like a few weeks ago I was the red carpet correspondent for the Denver Film Festival and there was one night that I got dressed and I loved that outfit I was wearing and my mom came down and she was wearing like a similar sweater that I was and I just looked at her I was like, "Okay, I'm not changing, so you have to change."
This is my event, so no,
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, you have to go up and change now.
that's so good. It's fun that you like you do you ever steal her clothes?
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
See, I never had anyone to like I had a brother, so I had no one to
Yeah.
steal from. Eventually, I
Yeah.
lived in a sorority house in college. So many clothes
Oh, yeah.
to borrow. It was heaven.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
64 girls. Little
Wow.
too little too many.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do it again, but
Yeah.
back in time, I'd go back in time. I would do it again then. Me
Yeah.
now, who lives alone? No.
Yeah. I get that.
I need my peace. I think I'm
Yeah.
a extroverted introvert. You
Yeah.
know, like I
Yeah.
get so much energy talking to people. I love going to parties. I'm the last person at the party, but I like really need to recharge
Yeah.
alone. You know, some nights it's like
Yeah.
I don't even have the energy to speak. I'm just gonna like, you can sit there and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
here, but we don't need to talk. I
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
refill this well.
Yes. I am I'm yeah, very similar, except I wouldn't stay till the end of a party. I'd like go and be like, this is too much, and then leave like immediately. So
That's where we differ. Me, like the moment
yeah,
I'm in it, I'm like, I love this. But then it takes so much out of me, and I need like 48 hours to recover.
yeah.
I need solitude and a bath.
Yeah.
But I love it when I'm in it. I'm too
Yeah.
sleepy, girl.
Hmm.
Too sleepy
Yeah.
to do it all the time.
Yeah. Um, So, what genre of movie would your life story be told as?
Oh gosh. I I think I want a musical, you know?
Yeah,
And like a grounded one, like Sound of Music, something with like a lot of plot. It's not an opera,
yeah,
but like singing is so emotional,
yeah,
and I feel like I said, my heart has just like been on my sleeve for the past few weeks. I'm like feeling things so deeply. I think I'm just so excited for this movie to come out. It's been
yeah,
just like such a beautiful moment in my life that like I just want to sing, you know. I just want
yeah,
to, there's nothing better. I want to dance.
yeah,
Uh, and they tend to end happy. And
yeah,
I mean, we all want that, right?
yeah,
I think so.
yeah. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I want my life story to be a rom-com and a musical.
Yeah, I think
Like,
yes. It's got to be
yeah,
romantic. I
yes.
had like the crazy like actor in me is like I want my real life to look like that. And I'm like, I know that's television. You're in it,
Yeah.
Katie. Like you know that like that's not real. Like
Yeah.
relationships look like that.
Yeah.
And but I had this moment at the subway in New York last Christmas. Me and my boyfriend were flying. He lives in a different city than me, and so we were like separating at the little train. So like
Yeah.
he had to get off. I had to get off at a later stop, and he had to get off there. So I was like, "Oh, your plane leaves first." So I got off the train car and like said goodbye to him. We had this like teary goodbye, and the train was still there. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna hop back on. And I hop back in, the doors closed, like we're waving at each other. One tear is like rolling down my face. And then this man behind me goes, L is for the way you look at me. And he sang the whole song and no one addressed it. Like, just like is serenading me. He saw us having this moment and just sang the whole like chorus for me. And no one clapped, no one did anything. I didn't turn around. Like, we just like left it there. He was just like, I was like, is this in my head? No, it's real. I can see him in the reflection. And he just, I was, like called my boyfriend immediately and I was like, my life is a movie. I've
Oh,
done it.
yeah.
This is all
Oh,
I've ever wanted was a
yeah.
rom moment in real life. And that's like the
Yeah.
closest I've ever gotten and probably the closest
Oh,
I'll ever get.
I love that.
Right? I feel like I need to write a
Yeah.
movie and put that
Yes. Yes. You do.
because it's like too unbelievable that it's like, but it's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
It's such a whenever I share that story, I like geek out because I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the coolest thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah. That is, I love that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all we
Sorry,
magic.
what?
I said that's all us
Oh,
girls want. We
yeah.
just want a little
Yeah,
magic, you know?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, so what do you wish people better understood about you?
Um, I think I wish they like knew that I'm more than meets the eye. I think like the blonde hair and I'm pretty tiny and I look young for my age. And so I think I get underestimated a lot and I don't get treated like an adult out in the
Mhm.
world. Like the other day, this woman, stopped me and was like, "Oh, can you take my picture?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And I handed back to her and she was like, "Oh, so good. That's always why you ask the teens to take your picture." And I've been a teen in a long time. And just like I move through the world without like being treated like an adult. So sometimes like
Mhm.
I don't feel like an adult. It kind of makes me still feel infantile. Uh, and so I just wish I want to be like respected and I want to like be seen as my age a little more. And yeah, I wish people knew that it's not like I think I come off and a lot of the characters I play, like you'll see in the movie, Cassie is so fun and
Yeah.
totally like carefree and I love her and I love playing characters like that. It's right in my wheelhouse, but I'm I'm more complicated than that, you
Yeah.
know? I have a drier
Yeah.
sense of humor than that. I have a little more like snap back, a little more to me. And so I'm hoping that people get to see that side of me. And I hope that I continue to like make opportunity for myself to show
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
it's a two-way street, you know. I
Yeah.
have blonde hair. I dress girly. Like I'm putting that out there.
Yeah.
So that's what I receive, but I'm working on like channeling power, like I said at the beginning, and
Yeah.
trying to get that respect.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so I just have a few more questions for you, if that works. Um,
Yes, I'm having so much fun.
yeah, me too. I don't want this to end. I would
I
just
know. I'm
love
like,
to.
I've never been to Colorado, but I
Yeah.
should come.
Yes, you should.
See the
And
snow, get lunch.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That sounds so much fun.
Well, I got to plan a ski trip. I love to ski.
Yes.
Put it on my
Yeah.
list.
Yes. Yeah, and I usually come to LA at least once a year.
Yeah,
So,
hey, hit me
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would love to see you next time I'm there.
let me know. I would love that very much. That's
Well,
a little more likely than me making it to Denver, at least this holiday
yeah.
season. It's pretty
Yeah.
packed,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I do want to see it. It's beautiful. I have some friends
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah. So do you have any irrational fears?
Hmm. I feel like I'm not scared of like the typical stuff. Like I save spiders. I don't mind bugs. Um, I think my current irrational fear is every time I blow dry my hair upside down, I'm afraid I'm just gonna like pass out or hit my head. And
Mhm.
the fact that I live alone, no one's gonna find me for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Like every time I'm upside down, I'm like, this is where it ends.
Oh.
Today I fall over and I crack my head open. I don't know why my brain goes there,
Yeah.
but it keeps doing that. So I need to just blow dry my hair standing up because
Yeah.
it's taking a dark turn.
Yeah.
I don't have the energy for that. So
Yeah.
I think that's my current fear. I think the rest of my fears are rational.
Yeah.
I think us women, we are scared of stuff all the time, and it is rational.
Yeah.
Like I should be more scared. I operate main character energy sometimes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nothing's gonna hurt me. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to be mace. I shouldn't
Yeah.
put that on the internet. I'm gonna go get some mace so they know that I'm armed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe in the best in people,
Yeah.
and I think that could be a detriment. So this question I'm answering with I need more fears.
Mm.
And I need some more rational fears. I need to be more rational in my fears.
Well, I like that you operate with like seeing the best in people. Like I always try to do that. And sometimes I end up being more cynical.
Mm.
And so I really try to like I'm trying to like fix that. Most of the time I like see I'm just like I'm open-minded with like this person is wonderful and I'm gonna get to know them. And other times I'm like I'm gonna like, I don't know, be skeptical, but get to know you.
I mean, we're all like that a little bit. Sometimes someone's
Yeah,
vibe is just like, that
yeah,
is not it. And I don't know why,
yeah,
but I don't want to
yeah,
be, I don't got room for you as a friend.
yeah,
But no, I think I think you're in the right place. I think you're pretty
yeah,
open-minded. You talk to people all the time. You connect. I think you get a good sense.
yeah,
Uh, well, but maybe
yeah,
we could like trade a little bit.
yeah.
I'll take a
Yes,
little bit of yours and I'll give you a little bit of mine.
yes, I would love that.
And we'll be the perfect specimen, if only.
Yes, yeah. Um, so what is your most memorable moment from being on set?
Oh man, there are so many. I think there was like, I think all the stuff that happened behind the scenes are the most memorable, like getting like one day we finished at like 4:30 a.m. and Ian had to get it on an 8 a.m. flight. So we went to Waffle House at 5 a.m. and I'd never been to a Waffle House. And we're eating waffles at like 5 a.m. with this guy who I used to watch in middle school, like in my favorite show. And
Yeah,
like that blew my mind. That was like out of body. And he's just like the
yeah,
best guy. So like he ended up becoming such a best friend that like
yeah.
that was so special. I'd say like there's a big scene at the end where everybody is there, like pretty much the whole cast. And it's kind of where everything hits the fan. And that day was crazy. We were trying to fit like 8 pages into one day, and it's a huge scene. And so it was truly like this was our Super Bowl. We like had a team huddle at the beginning, like we're gonna make this work because we have no choice. It was the last day. We all had flights the next day, and it was kind of this like team moment. We were like a football team. We were like, we gotta get it this movie to the end zone. Um, I won't say that was my favorite day, but it's wildly memorable. But honestly, every day was a gift. There was no day that was like, meh. I truly like, I was on cloud nine every day, like huge smile. If you talk to anyone on that set, they're probably like, Katie's like the happiest girl alive. And I was like, there I was. Like, I was just like living my dream.
Yeah.
You know, I've been waiting to like have that moment. I've had been on so many shows for 10 days or 5 days, one day, but to be there from the first day to the last day was so cool. And I'm like so excited to get that opportunity again. And I really hope that this movie opens up doors that that gets to happen. So
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
I love it so much.
Yeah. Um, so I love inspiring and motivational quotes. And this week, the quote that spoke to me is some people will only love you if you fit inside their box. Don't
Mm.
be afraid to disappoint. Is there a quotation that has inspired you lately?
I like, did you, how did you know that I needed to hear that? That's like exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of like
Yeah.
being a people pleaser and spending
Yeah.
so much of my energy to be what other people want me to be, and not always being true and looking in the mirror and going, who am I? Like, who do I want to be? I think that's like a big, they call that like big sister syndrome. I think we spend so much time trying to please. Will you email me
Yeah.
that? I want to like have that
Yes.
written down,
Yes, I will.
please.
Yeah.
For me, I guess it's not a quote. It's more so like a thought. Dan Bukotinsky, who plays my dad on the movie,
I love him.
we loved, we loved it so much.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're a Scandal fan.
Yes, I
That
am. And also, The Baker and the Beauty is one of my all-time favorite shows. Uh,
that is a shame that was canceled.
it is. Yeah, it's like it's one of my comfort shows. I rewatch it all the time.
I mean, it makes sense because Dan is the best person to spend time with. And he lives in LA too, so we've spent a fair amount of time together. And he's
Yeah.
really empowering and lifts me up. And he brought this up while we were there. Something he was focusing on that now like has been running through my brain is this idea, what if it all works out? We all spend so much time planning for it not working out. I'm thinking about the premiere. I'm like, what if I fall? What if like, what if I spill on my white dress? Like, why am I planning for it not to go well?
Yeah.
Why don't I like spend my energy thinking about all the amazing things that can happen there? The amazing people
Yeah.
I'll meet, how alive I'm going to feel, how I'm going to get to see all my friends again. We spend so much energy focusing on where things can go wrong and mitigating that and trying to stop bad things from happening. That like, what if we just changed our thought process and said, what if it all works out?
Yeah.
What if it's all going to be good?
Yeah.
Like my anxiety just saying that is like falling off my body. Like
Yeah.
why do we spend so much time being anxious
Yeah.
when it could, what if it does? And if it doesn't, we'll figure it out. But like,
Yeah.
if we put our momentum and our energy towards positive thinking and towards things going well, I think there's actually probably a higher chance it does go well.
Yeah.
So that's been sort of my mantra, I would say,
Yeah.
since he told that at the beginning of the year. And that's really like led a lot of my decision making. And I'm not going to say I like follow it, but I'm really trying.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, I need it like
Yeah.
tattooed, not on my body, but like on the wall.
Yeah.
What if it all works out?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I will email you my quote. Can you email
Yes,
me that quote, please?
we'll go back and forth.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that was my final question for you. I have had the best time talking with you. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Maya. It was such a pleasure to be here and talk about the movie and get to know you and share about myself. I really, this is all like feeling kind of new for me and like what a safe space you've created for me to express myself and get comfortable talking about myself to people. Like I said, it's a little scary, but it's awesome. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I gained so much from you.
Oh, thank you. Well, that I'm so happy to hear that because I'm so happy to hear that you felt comfortable because
Good.
I felt so comfortable talking with you. And honestly, I feel like I'm talking with my new best friend. So,
Well, we're going to be when you
yeah.
come to LA, we get some PSLs,
Yes.
we gab, we
Yeah.
talk shop.
Yes. I am so excited. I
Me
can't
too.
wait.
Me too. It was so good talking to you, Maya. It was so good to meet
You
you.
too. You too.
Merry
You.
Christmas!
Yes. To
Our
you
little
too.
secret, November 27th. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah. Yes, I am so excited for everybody to watch this movie and I can't wait to see it. And yeah.
Maya.
Thank you. Um, and that's a wrap on today's edition of The Latest with Maya.